Welcome to the deep dive. Lately, the buzz around artificial intelligence in the tech world, well, it's been deafening, often linked with a wave of layoffs.
Yeah, it really has.
But today, we're zeroing in on a crucial question. Beyond just potential cost savings and job cuts, can AI actually become a significant advantage for tech companies?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? We've all seen the headlines connecting tech restructuring, reorganizations to the rise of AI.
Exactly.
But it forces us to ask, is job displacement AI's inevitable outcome? Or can we maybe chart a different course? A path where AI helps tech organizations thrive in totally new ways.
Right. And that's what we're digging into today.
That's the plan.
Our goal with this deep dive is really to explore how AI can be a powerful ally for tech companies and their employees, not the job-slashing tool so many people fear it is right now.
Okay, so let's begin by painting a picture of the current environment, because things are moving so fast.
Incredibly fast.
The advancements in AI are coming thick and fast. You've got generative AI that can create content, machine learning letting systems actually learn, sophisticated automation handling complex workflows.
Stuff that was sci-fi just a few years ago.
Pretty much. These things are becoming increasingly commonplace in tech, but at the same time, we're witnessing companies reorganizing, automating specific tasks, and yes, unfortunately, reducing their workforce.
Okay, let's unpack that connection between AI and layoffs a bit, because for a lot of people, those two things feel like they're definitely going hand in hand.
And look, it's a logical connection to make, I get that, but it's vital, really vital, to draw a clear distinction here.
Okay, what's the distinction?
AI excels at automating specific tasks, often repetitive tasks or maybe data-intensive ones.
Right, things computers are good at.
Exactly. However, this doesn't automatically mean entire roles need to disappear. That's a leap. The real danger emerges when companies fixate on AI as purely a cost-cutting measure, solely focus on replacing human labor instead of exploring how it could unlock entirely new avenues for growth and innovation.
So flipping that around, what's the upside here then? If AI handles those more routine, maybe mundane tasks efficiently, doesn't that free up human brain power for the really valuable stuff? I mean, the breakthrough innovations, the strategic planning, the creative problem solving that truly moves a company forward?
Absolutely.
That sounds like a potentially huge win.
It absolutely should be. And this brings us to what we might call a misalignment of priorities.
Okay.
That seems to be a core issue.
Misalignment. How so?
Well, we're seeing instances where tech leadership, perhaps under pressure for, immediate financial returns or to boost shareholder values.
Short-term thinking.
Right. They might prioritize using AI for quick cost reductions. It's the easier path sometimes.
And in those scenarios?
In these scenarios, AI can sadly become a convenient justification, almost a scapegoat for layoffs, even if a more strategic long-term view would reveal far greater benefits elsewhere, like using AI to build new products or services.
And the impact on the people, the employees within these companies, is pretty significant.
Oh, definitely. Instead of feeling empowered by these new tools, which they could be.
Feel threatened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Employees understandably feel uncertain and anxious about their future job security. Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
And this anxiety is often amplified by a lack of clear communication from companies regarding their AI strategies. It's like a black box.
So no transparency.
Often, yeah. There might be insufficient investment in programs designed to help employees acquire the new skills needed in this AI-driven environment, proper upskilling.
And just a general lack of clarity about how AI is actually intended to be used and what it means for individual roles.
Precisely. And this approach, it can breed fear and resistance, hindering the very collaboration between humans and AI that holds so much potential. It backfires.
Okay, so if that's the problematic path some companies seem to be on, what's the alternative? What should tech leaders be doing differently to harness AI in a more beneficial way for everyone involved?
Well, the most critical shift, I believe, involves a significant commitment to reskilling and upskilling initiatives, a real investment. Companies have a responsibility, I think, to equip their workforce with the competencies required to not just coexist with AI, but to actively leverage it, to use it as a tool.
And this isn't just about training for totally new jobs, right?
No, not solely. It's also about showing individuals how AI can enhance and expand their current responsibilities, make their existing jobs better, maybe even more interesting.
Give me some concrete examples of how AI can augment existing roles. How does it practically improve someone's day-to-day work?
What's particularly interesting is the potential across such diverse roles. It's not just one area.
Like?
Okay, take a content strategist, for example. Instead of manually sifting through vast amounts of audience data, which could take days, right?
Yeah, tedious work.
AI-powered tools can analyze this information in minutes, maybe seconds, surfacing key trends and insights that, honestly, might otherwise be missed.
So the AI does the heavy lifting on data.
Exactly. And this frees up the strategist to focus on the higher-level tasks, crafting compelling narratives, developing innovative campaign strategies based on those insights, the creative part.
Okay, that makes sense. What about, say, a software engineer?
Another great example. AI tools can now assist with code generation, suggesting code snippets, and even identify potential bugs much faster than manual review.
So speeding up the development cycle.
Significantly, allowing engineers to dedicate their valuable time to tackling more complex architectural challenges, designing new features, pushing the boundaries of innovation, rather than just debugging syntax errors.
So it's really about amplifying your abilities, giving them new leverage like a superpower, not simply removing the need for the person altogether.
Exactly. That's the key mindset shift. The focus needs to pivot from viewing AI as a direct replacement for human employees to recognizing it as a powerful tool that significantly enhances their capabilities.
And this could lead to new types of jobs, too.
Absolutely. This perspective also opens the door to the creation of entirely new hybrid roles, positions that strategically combine human expertise with AI proficiency. People who can bridge that gap.
Interesting.
And even the emergence of entirely new job functions and departments driven by the unique opportunities that AI presents. Things we haven't even thought of yet, potentially.
That makes perfect sense. It's a real mindset shift, isn't it? Moving away from seeing AI as just a headcount reducer.
Right, the cost-cutting measure.
And towards seeing it as you said before, an innovation multiplier.
Yeah.
A catalyst for doing more, doing better.
Precisely. And there are encouraging signs. Certain companies are beginning to embrace this more forward-thinking approach. It's not all doom and gloom.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. Hearing about actual companies putting these ideas into action. Who's doing it well?
Well, reports suggest that IBM, for instance, is not only implementing AI to streamline its HR operations, which is sort of an efficiency play.
Right, process improvement.
But crucially, they're also actively investing in retraining their existing workforce to fill roles that are becoming increasingly vital in the age of AI. They're bringing their people along.
Okay, IBM. Anyone else?
Another compelling example is Adobe. Think about their creative software suite, Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro.
Yeah, industry standards.
They've strategically integrated AI-powered features directly into those tools. Firefly, for instance.
Right, I've seen some of that.
And their stated aim isn't to make designers obsolete, quite the opposite. In their own words, it's to give them superpowers.
Superpowers, I like that.
Yeah, to augment their creative potential, enable them to explore new artistic horizons with greater efficiency and impact. Basically, help them do cooler stuff faster.
And it's fascinating to see entirely new job titles emerging, too. Roles that are directly related to AI and, frankly, were barely on the radar just a few short years ago.
Oh, definitely. What's noteworthy is just how rapid the evolution of the job market is in response to AI.
Like what kind of roles?
Well, we're seeing the rise of roles like prompt engineer. These are individuals who specialize in crafting effective prompts, like instructions, to guide these large language models, the generative AIs.
Kind of like an AI whisperer.
Sort of, yeah. Getting the AI to produce the desired output. Then you have roles like automation strategists.
Okay, what do they do?
They focus on identifying and implementing intelligent automation solutions across various business functions, looking at the big picture of where automation makes sense.
So strategic roles created by AI.
Exactly. These examples clearly illustrate how AI isn't just reshaping existing roles, but it's also creating entirely new categories of employment. It's a dynamic situation.
So as we look at all of this, it really boils down to a fundamental decision for tech companies, doesn't it? A fork in the road.
Absolutely. AI is a potent tool. There's no denying that. And its impact on the workforce, whether it ends up being positive or negative, will largely depend on the choices we make, the strategies we adopt about how to deploy it.
Choices being made right now.
Right now. Tech companies are at a critical juncture. They can choose to primarily focus on AI as a means of displacement, the cost-cutting route.
Which could lead to workforce reductions, sure, but maybe also long-term skills gaps.
Exactly. You lose that institutional knowledge, that human expertise, or the alternative path. They can embrace a vision of empowerment.
Investing in people.
Investing in their people, reskilling, upskilling, and harnessing AI to unlock, frankly, unprecedented levels of innovation and productivity.
So what's the takeaway for you, the listener, thinking about all this? It's really about understanding that the future of work in the tech sector, well, it doesn't have to be a competition. It's not necessarily humans versus machines.
No. If we connect this to the bigger picture, the most promising path forward isn't one of conflict at all, but of synergy, real synergy, a powerful collaboration between human intellect, human creativity, and artificial intelligence. Man with machine.
Well put. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today. It's a complex topic, but hopefully this sheds some light.
Hope so too.
If you found this discussion insightful, maybe useful, please be sure to subscribe or follow and share it with others who might be navigating this tech world.
And as we continue to navigate this rapidly transforming technological landscape, let's try to maintain our curiosity, keep asking questions, and maybe focus on how we can remain fundamentally human in the age of technology.
Couldn't agree more. Catch you next time on The Deep Dive.